Ring of Honor's 15th anniversary is tomorrow night, and we have a lot of matches to go through, so we'll go through them as quickly as possible. But first off, we should talk about what has gone on since Ring of Honor's last pay-per-view Final Battle. I mean, a lot has happened. If I'm probably getting some things wrong, so if I am, I apologize. But just in the last few months alone, Roderick Strong has left Ring of Honor. Probably sooner than that, maybe after Final Battle, actually. Kevin Kelly left, or is in the process of leaving, because as far as I can see, Ian Riccaboni and a rotating commentator are still there. That is because, also speaking of the color commentator, that is because, it's crazy thinking that you're not going to hear super kicks on Ring of Honor anymore, because Steve Corino is, as far as I can remember, a trainer for the developmental, not for the well, technically for developmental, but for the Performance Center in WWE. Who else is gone? I'm trying to remember who else is gone from Ring of Honor at this point. That might actually be it. I'm not quite sure on that, but I'm just going to say that it is, because I feel like that is all the people that have left, at least the main people, at least, that I can remember. Maybe, Cedric Alexander was in the Cruiserweight division, but that was a long time ago. I think that's really it. Just Kevin Kelly, Steve Corino, and Roderick Strong, unless I'm forgetting someone, and if I do, I apologize for that. But a lot of changes for the good as well, which we'll get to one of those later on. Let's just go for the card real quick. We'll go from the bottom to the top, because that's how this is how it looks like it's going to be, if anything, so far. I don't know if this is going to be the actual run order of the card, but this is what it looks like, at least on here. First off, the Briscoes, Jay and Mark Briscoe, and Bully Ray face War Machine and Davey Boy Smith Jr. An interesting six-man. It was, honestly, I feel like it was put in at the last minute, but, it is what it is. The Briscoes are a great tag team, and War Machine are a great tag team, but it'll be interesting to see how they coexist with their partner in Davey Boy Smith Jr. and Bully Ray, respectively, on both teams. I don't know if this is a one-shot for Bully Ray. I don't know. I feel like, he was at the Manhattan tour and said that he was going to be in Ring of Honor for a little while. I don't know exactly how long that will be. Much like two people that we know about in a little bit. But, it's an interesting match for sure. I feel like War Machine might win this. I don't know. I feel like War Machine needs the run here, and plus you're gonna keep them as the team that they are. They're probably gonna pin Bully Ray, or if anything, if the Briscoes do win, there'll probably be a pin on Davey Boy Smith Jr. That way you can have the War Machine Briscoe feud if you want to do it, and that way both teams are still good coming out of that. Next off, in another tag match, the Ring of Honor World Six-Man Tag Team Championships, the Kingdom of Matt Taven, TK O'Ryan, and Vinny Marseglia face Dalton Castle and his boys. And for those that don't know, again, another thing that did happen with Ring of Honor since the last card was the debut of the Ring of Honor World Six-Man Tag Titles. And you don't really see six-man tag titles often. The only one in recent memory that I can remember is the Lucha Underground Trios titles. But those are on almost every week on Lucha Underground, which is good. But you don't really see that. Japan has the never open weight six-man tag belts. You don't really see a six-man tag title often in wrestling anymore. And it makes it special. And to keep it special in this case, you have to have the first champions have a long reign. So the Kingdom will probably win this one, but I wouldn't be surprised if the boys got an upset win here. But again, the Kingdom needs to hold it for a while before they lose it. Next up, Jay Lethal versus Bobby Fish in a singles match. Just nothing else there, just a regular match. It is a interesting match because, technically this could be a number one contenders match for the world title, depending on who wins. But I feel like Lethal. Last time we saw Lethal on pay-per-view, he lost to Cody Rhodes in Rhodes' Ring of Honor debut. So I feel like as much as I would love to have Bobby Fish in the world title picture, especially since speaking of that, I remember Kyle O'Reilly left as well for Ring of Honor as he became the champion, and he dropped the belt and he left. That's the other person I was thinking of. Good thing Bobby Fish was in the card, or I probably would have forgot that. But you know, as much as I like Fish, and as much as I like his character, as much as I like him as a person, as a wrestler, his promo skills, everything else, Lethal needs that win back on pay-per-view, so I feel like Lethal will win it. But again, I would love to see Bobby Fish win this one. I would love to see him be in the world title picture, but I don't think it's his time just yet. It's close, but it's not yet. Next up, the big change for this card happened also on the Manhattan Tour as the Broken Hardys, Brother Matt and Broken Nero, or as you know them, Broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero. They left TNA recently. Recently, they've been on a tour as of late, winning the Crash tending titles, which is the outlaw promotion in Mexico made by Conan after he and several others left AAA and CMLL. I mean, some left CMLL, but I remember Conan directly left AAA, or might have left both. I don't really remember what the situation was, but they were on this exposition of gold, and they faced them, and they beat the ASW tag champions, and they were called on television. They had the territory system, so they had the Mexican tag titles for the Crash. The Mid-Atlantic one, I believe, for ASW. Southern America. It's been a couple weeks. And most recently, the MCW tag team titles for Maryland Championship Wrestling, who is now just known as MCW. And they run those a few months back, but the tapings of those weren't shown until recently, so that was last week. And I believe they called them the national tag titles. They were doing it again, a territory system at that point. But they aren't the teenage champions because the people at Anthem apparently didn't want them to drop the belts as they didn't have a contract. The Hardys wanted to drop the belts and do the right thing drop them on the way out and do the honors as you would do in the wrestling business when you leave a territory or even leave a company. You drop the belt, you do the honors, and then you go. Or you have a rematch and then you lose the rematch and then you go. But still, Anthem, it was a big, probably the worst move in TNA history because the Broken Hardys put them on the map and brought them back to relevancy, in my opinion. But on that Manhattan tour, they defeated the Young Bucks. And this match has changed. It was originally going to be the Young Bucks versus Roppongi Vice, but is now the Broken Hardys versus the Young Bucks versus Roppongi Vice. Try saying that 5 times fast. But in a Las Vegas street fight for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. Now this one's very simple. I mean, the Hardys just won the belt, and they probably will hold them until Supercard of Honor, because at least that is, if I am not mistaken, that is how long they're signed at this moment to Ring of Honor, or as they would call it, the Honorable Ring. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Iron Bucks won them back. Roppongi Vice also is a great tag team, but I feel like the Broken Hardys will retain and just hold the belts there for a very long time because rumors of them being in WWE was a possibility. But at this point, I feel like the Broken Hardys will retain. Like I said probably several times now, but that's just how I feel about it. They brought TNA to relevancy, and now they'll bring back Ring of Honor back to what it used to be. And when we come back, we'll go through the final 2 matches on this card.